What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Absolutely, guys. Want to be able to come on and talk to y'all a little bit more and keep dropping what I do. Gems all the time. So, I'm going to get into it real quick, guys. Don't want to hold you up too much. I just want to be able to let y'all guys know what's going on out here in this economy today. So, I want to give y'all guys some pointers, some experiences of my life and what I had to go through, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys, this door-to-door thing can be challenging at times. What I mean is, let me say this. I've been through, y'all know I've been doing this door-to-door thing for about 30 years. And during my career, I went through a couple of situations. Been through, we know how COVID was. COVID was crazy. Actually, COVID was great for me. That was a good time for me. But for a lot of people, a lot of businesses, it was very painful and it hurted. A lot of people went out of business. I went through the Great Recession, 07, 08. That was tough. That was tough business, but made it through. Didn't have a lot of overhead at that point in my life, but I had bills and I was still doing my thing. So, but it was in crazy times. This one right here, I want to say that we're going through right now, it's different. And what I mean by different is they keep saying the economy is doing okay. They keep saying that, unemployment is low. But you got a lot of, rich people, wealthy people doing really well. I think that's in any recession to a certain degree. Even back in 08 and all them things where people lost a lot, but it was still people that was doing still well. Spite of. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just what society goes through. But this is what I really think. I just really think, and I'm coming off because I'm going to go somewhere with this in a minute. What I think is, it goes to show you that 80% of society ain't wealthy or don't have. And that's just any economy. So in other words, what it's kind of showing me and what it's telling me is you always gonna have people doing really well, and then you're gonna have people that's doing really bad or just trying to get by, just trying to make it. That's the world that we live in. And I continue to see that world even going on. So I'm gonna come back somewhere with that. So let me say this. Me being in the door-to-door industry for, just like I said, how long have I been in it? I've been through changes. So I had to adapt on my changes. Just like anything out here in the world, we have to adapt to our surroundings. So back in the day, I had to, I'm trying to think on some of, let me just say, I had a company that went out of business. So I had to go get another career, another job. I'm saying I'm still in sales, but I had to go get another door-to-door opportunity. Now, with door-to-door sales, you have to put yourself in a position to win. And what I mean by that, when say for instance, a lot of people have small businesses they doing right now, owning it, and they were doing really well. Well, guess what? The economy is tightening up right now. People really scared to spend large sums of money. Not everybody, but remember, we living by the majority, the 80% out here. 20%, if you getting them, hey, great. More power to you. but a lot of people not in them circles, if you know what I mean. So if you're in the 80%, like myself, I'm in the 80%. I'm getting by. I'm doing what I got to do to live. So, but the one thing I can say, going back to me and my experience in the industry, I put myself in a position to win. And what I mean by that is, say for instance, the economy slows down on you, and you might be doing a business, door-to-door sales. They might dry up. Companies go out of business all the time. Okay? So, while you doing what you doing, you should be making sure everything is in fold. Now, guess what? We've been in a slow economy for quite a while, at least for the last, I want to say, maybe since 22, 23, definitely 23, 24. Economy started slowing down, that I noticed, okay? And I'm sure some people in the boat and some people not. But that's when I noticed economy, the money started spending and started changing, because the housing market started getting really expensive. So, if you had a business, you were doing door-to-door and the company didn't survive, well, you got to go get another maybe job in the door-to-door sales market. So you got to make sure you're in a position to go get that career, because what happens, say for instance, you're not in a position to get on to another company because you can't pass the background check. Your license not taken care of, because we drive for a living when we in door-to-door sales. Got to go see the client. What else? So we got background, we got driver's license. Just make sure you in a position to be able to, if you got to go switch careers, because when you're doing door-to-door, you got to go learn a different product and system, and you got to get taught that product and service. So you might have to go somewhere and get on for a minute so you can be able to pay your overhead, pay your bills, your rent, your car note, your whatever expenses you got out here in the world. You got to make sure you put yourself in a position to win. Okay? So I'm just saying, guys, when you in this industry, you got to be sometime able to move on to do something else, because companies die all the time, and you got to be able to pick up and go elsewhere. And the way you do that is you got to be put in a position to win. One thing I do love about door-to-door sales, you can go pretty much sell any product and service. Somebody gonna put you on. Roofing, I don't care what you sell, roofing, solar, I don't want whatever, all these other great opportunity, alarm systems, whatever that's out here, you'll be able to go out here and move on to another company. And you don't know how that company gonna be. You might be super successful, or you might have to move on from that company and go to another company. But all your ducks is in a row. You can be able to pick up and move on with no problem. Because remember, all these companies now, they do extensive background checks. Okay? They check out everything, especially, and I'm just thinking to myself, where you going for a regular job, where you go in there, you probably trying to get a salary or whatever job. They go back 3-4 series before they hire you. Well, door-to-door is not quite that extreme, because this a skill everybody can't do in the world, so they're not going to be as stringent. But getting in is a little harder, because if your background ain't good, if all these little things, your license ain't squared away, they can't take a risk on you, because you putting their company in jeopardy, because you going in people's homes, so they got to know who you are. So I'm just saying, put yourself in a position where you can win and just make sure all areas of your life is tightened up, and you can move on and sell a different product and service. Because once you learn that product, then you could pretty much go and do things that you want to do. If you want to move on to another company, or you could make more money, just all type of different type of ways where you got that opportunity to make sure you great. A lot of these companies make you sign non-competes and stuff like that, where you can't just move on and be able to take their product and move on to another company and sell the same thing. So you got to be careful with that as well. But end of the day, if you didn't stay in that industry, you can go to another industry. Door-to-door sales don't change. Sales is sales. So sales is you. So you can take it and move on and do pretty much anything. So just wanted to let you guys know today was just a learning lesson on making sure that you putting yourself in a position to stay employed if you have to. Or if you're not employed, you're an entrepreneur, whatever you might be doing. But even great entrepreneurs still got to go in and learn a product. They just don't go out here and just do their own thing straight out the boot. Unless they got it like that and they can do it like that, then great. But for the most part, 90% of us probably got to go in and learn the product and service and be able to go out here and sell what we need. And then if we want to move on, we can move on. So, which is cool, which is great. Okay, guys. I just wanted to shoot that there for you guys today and let you know, guys, put yourself in a position to win, guys, in the down economy. Because like I said, right now, it's businesses going out of business right now. People are not putting freeze on hiring, even door to door. Because even if they're training you guys, they still spending money. Even if they not giving you training bonuses and come in, they still spending money on you because they spending time and effort with you. So it's still money to their bottom line. Okay? So anyway, guys, continue to win. I'm just dropping you some gems like I always do. And I'll see y'all guys definitely on the next video. Talk to you.